The healing process requires us to first assess ourselves. What are we looking for exactly? We are going to pay attention to our disturbances. Disturbances that affect your mental, spiritual, emotional, and physical health. When we have a sore throat, it is the body's way of signaling to us that there is something disturbing the body. And by recognizing the symptom, we can get the correct medicine and approach to help the body heal the sore throat. It is the same with our mental, emotional, and physical health. When the mind cannot be still and it keeps going on and playing the same narratives repeatedly, then it is safe to say that it is disturbed. When emotions overwhelm and overtake you and causes you to be more reactive, your emotional health is disturbed. When you have aches and pains, lethargic, can't get a good sleep, the physical body then is disturbed. Disturbed means having had its normal pattern or function disrupted, suffering or resulting from emotional and mental problems. This is why we need to make time to have a meeting with ourselves and assess how are we really doing. We live in a society where busy is glorified. We are bombarded with fake ideas of happiness by acquiring material things and climbing the ladder of success. Most of us consume bad food, which affects our physical health, not getting enough rest, and we also consume toxic and junky TV programs, which greatly affects our mind as well as our mood. We are stuck with the same mental patterns and conditioning, and most of them are dysfunctional and doesn't help us grow and flourish. We are rather programmed to use distractions from our disturbances than to deal and heal, which is why we are addicted to our cell phones and social media, and we binge watch shows on Netflix. We also use food, intoxicants, and even people to avoid dealing with our issues. And even when the desire is there to change, the fear of looking at our disturbances can be so overwhelming that we end up distracting ourselves again. This is not sustainable though. Life is always going to seem hard and full of suffering for you. Fear of facing your disturbances comes from your false identification with it. You fear that by facing your dysfunctions, it will confirm that you are no good, that there is something wrong with you, and that you are a bad person. This is why most of us would rather distract ourselves than face the dysfunctions. You are afraid that this will only confirm that you are the problem. And so, we must see the error in this perception by realizing that we are not our thoughts, emotions, and dysfunctional patterns. Your bad choices doesn't make you a bad person. Rather, it shows you your mental structures, conditioning, your emotional state, coping skills, and the way you perceive things. There is a separation from who you are as a person and your ability to perform tasks or function. It is your process that needs improvement. You, as a person, believe it or not, is perfect. But when we came into this world, we didn't get to choose our parents, environment, and life experiences, and we were still very young and didn't have the ability to design our mental structures, and so we just absorbed everything around us, and that is how we have become conditioned. This is why at some point in our lives, when we start experiencing the disturbances, this is, I believe, the time when we have reached enough maturity and we are being signaled to start erasing those bad habits, habitual dysfunctional mental patterns, suppressed emotions, blockages, and trauma, and start the healing process. You must see this as a way to purge the stuff that is causing you sick in the first place. This is not a reflection of you being a bad person. You as the person is not dysfunctional. It is your conditioning, mental patterns, habits that need to evolve, and the good news is that you can transform them. You do have the ability to recreate your mental patterns, choose healthier habits, heal your trauma, and become liberated from your past unhealthy conditioning. But first, you must carve out time to have a meeting with yourself, and with a pen and paper in front of you, start writing down your disturbances, trauma, mental patterns. Remember that this is simply a self-assessment process. Stay relaxed and neutral. You are finally making the first step to helping yourself heal and become liberated from your old patterns. We all have old patterns and conditioning. You are not alone, and there is nothing wrong with you. You, as your true self, the consciousness, is perfect, always have and always will. And then you will use technology to research books, teachers, therapists, and like-minded people who can help show you the way to healing. I personally love Eckhart Tolle's books, The Power of Now and the New Earth, and Michael Singer's Untethered Soul and the Surrender Experiment books. I also use YouTube to watch videos on Buddhism, Taoism, minimalism, slow living, basically videos that can help with my journey to a peaceful heart. You don't need to be so serious when doing this exercise, and you can relax, take it easy, and even enjoy the process of getting to know yourself and feel the love and care you are giving yourself. And the most important recipe here is love and compassion towards yourself. Peace be with you.